Hi, 803 had a few technical difficulties. So welcome to my channel. I'm Lavon, and this is a new show on Tuesday nights. It's called Tuesday Talk. And so last week was Cinco de Mayo, and we were going to do a sugar skull, and that didn't happen. So we're going to do it this week. So I am using black canvas paper, artist canvas paper. So you get this, I got it from Dick Blick, and this is you get it in a tablet, and it's like canvas. I don't know if you can see up close. It's the texture of canvas paper. I tear it out from the back. That's the easiest way. And you can see on the back of the sheet that it's indeed canvas. So I have one already here, and I have it on a clipboard. And I am using Dixie Belle's Sugar Skull stencil, and also Dixie Belle paint, of course. And I am using cotton because I'm going to do a background of white first and then blend some paint on it. And then using Honky Tonk Red, Lucky Lavender, Tree Frog Green, and some old school gold metallic. They have a new line of metallics, but I have some old gold that I'm going to use up. So I'm going to go ahead and get started. And I just have my canvas sheet on a clipboard and on an easel here. So when you stencil, I have all my paints on a paper plate. So you just want to get some paint on your brush. You hardly use any paint when you're stenciling, and then you get most of it back off. As a matter of fact, I like to have a paper towel, and I usually like to dab it on that. Especially since I'm working vertically, there's more chance if you have a lot of paint on your brush for it to run underneath the stencil. So I'm just going to start. You can see this was used before. And when you stencil, you can use different movements. You can do a circular motion, or you can do what I'm doing here, which is called stippling. If you use the circular motion, it's a lot quieter, obviously, but it does increase the chances of paint running underneath the stencil. So, but I have very little paint on here, so I am going to go ahead and do it that way because it also seems to be a little bit quicker and quieter. So I hope everybody is doing well. I hope you're soon at the end of your quarantine and starting to see friends and family again. We're hopefully going to open our store on Friday because we're in Pennsylvania here and we're in the yellow zone. So that means we can hopefully open. So stay tuned for that. And also exciting tonight, I'm going to be announcing the winner of the t-shirt contest. So we had a contest where people had to comment and subscribe to the channel. And then they got put in a contest for a drawing for the new La Vintage Decor t-shirts in their style and color. So I'll be announcing that before we sign off. Now I am still new to going live. I can't do it from my phone yet. I can only go live from my computer. So it says that I can, chats are enabled. So if you say something, not sure I'm able to see you, actually can't see you on the computer. I'm trying to see if I can see it on my phone. So if you make any comments, I might not be able to see them, but I hope I can. And as I mentioned, this stencil is available from Dixie Belle. And you can purchase Dixie Belle paints. I always have in my videos, I have a link for my affiliate link. That means when you order from my affiliate link, you're ordering from Dixie Belle, but I still get credit for it. I still make a little bit of money, and it goes right to you. And of course, you can order from my website as well, which is lavintagedecor.company. I've really kind of gotten back into stenciling lately because I get into doing transfers and doing um, all kinds of stuff and kind of forget about stenciling. So I have a project coming up on this week's Saturday show. We have a show every Saturday, which is step by step, and it's at 4 o'clock. And it's a recorded video, but I take you through the finishing of a furniture piece or whatever project I'm working on. And sometimes it takes a couple of parts to do the whole piece, and other times we get it done all in one episode. And if you're watching and you haven't subscribed, I see I only have one viewer right now. If you haven't subscribed, please do. I wish I knew who you were and if you were able to say anything. So I'll show you what this looks like before I apply any other color. But I just want to get that white down there as a basis. So again, I'm just getting a little bit of paint on my brush. You don't use very much. And then I just have a paper towel here that I'm getting a lot more off. So I don't know about your weather, but our weather has been really not great. I mean, today wasn't bad, but it's just been cold. Hopefully we'll be seeing some real actual spring weather soon. We'll be able to go out again and the weather will turn nice and all will be well again. Okay, I'm gonna see if I can pull this down without disturbing too much here. You know what? Maybe I'll just hold that till later and just go ahead and blend some color right now. So as I said, I'm using a red, I'm using lavender, a green. So I'm just going to start right in the center with the nose. And I'm going to use this red, but I'm still using the same brush that I had. So I'm going to dip it in the red and dip it in the white and kind of get a pink. And I'm going to put that sort of in the middle. Well, actually, I think I'll do the whole piece here. Okay, so I have a nice little pink there. I'm going to take the red and just kind of go around the outsides here. I'm going to see some depth with this. Okay, so the teeth will leave white. And let's have some fun here with the flowers, and then we'll go around and do a little more detail. So my flowers, I'm going to go for, I kind of have two, I don't know if you can see it, but two colors on my brush. And I'm going to do that together. So I'm just going to kind of fill in these. I have a little bit of Lucky Lavender, and I have a little bit of the Honky Tonk Red. So it's really making a cool rosy shade, which is different than the nose. So I'm going to dip those together again. Typically, when you blend paint like you blend on furniture, you're using two different brushes and then using a neutral brush to blend the two colors together. So we're doing it a little bit differently because I'm just using the same brush. We might try to get into a little bit of that later, but these are such small areas, it's a little bit different. So now I'm just going to try to get most of the paint off of this brush and do a little gold for the center of the flower. Little gold and so remember, we already have the white underneath there. Okay. And also remember, you want to take most of the paint back off of your brush. You don't want it running underneath there because then you won't have a nice crisp image. Okay. Let's see another flower top over here, so I'm going to go back to that. And I see a cross right in the center of the forehead, so I'm going to get more gold on there and do that. Try and get most of that color off. Okay. Okay, we could do his teeth in gold, like he has gold teeth. All right, I'm gonna do just kind of focus on the Lucky Lavender for the petals of that flower up on the top of the head, the skull. Okay, I can't wait until we can chat and talk about current events since this show is called Tuesday Talk. We could talk about my hair and how I probably should have combed it before I went live. There's lots of things we could talk about. Oh, and if my sister's watching, because she watched last week, hi, and I love you. Okay, so now I have the Tree Frog Green on my brush. And I'm just going to go in. And I'm just going to kind of go lightly just over this vine and leaves. Just because, remember, I have the white underneath there. So it's just kind of subtle. Alrighty. Okay. I really should have brought some water out, but I didn't. Okay, let's do the eyes. I'm kind of gonna mix some Lucky Lavender and the Honky Tonk Red over in a separate area on my palette. I kind of want to get a blue. I guess I could have used some blue paint. There's no law that says I can't, but I just want to get kind of a more of a bluish color. You know what? And it's not happening, so I'm going to put some green in there. Now it's kind of turning gray. We'll just mix it all together. How's that? I just want a different color, but I was hoping for something a little more blue. All right, we're just going to go with that. It's kind of a mauvey gray. Not at all what I was going for, but you know what? It'll look cool in the end. I hope I don't have too much paint on there. So I'm afraid I do. So I'm going to dab a little, just because I don't want it to run underneath that stencil. All right. Paper towels. I go through the paper towels. Okay, now I'm going to use some straight up red, Honky Tonk Red, because there's a lot of cute little hearts, and I want to get most of that paint off. Okay, so little hearts here. There's some hearts here. Okay. go for the red up here too. And that punch of color there. Okay, what do you think? How do you think it's looking? Okay, so we have a little bit of like an eyebrow situation there. So I have a little bit of that red on my brush and I just put it in the gold. So we'll have some goldish red eyebrows. Okay. Determined to work with what's on my palette here. So I'm going to try to get most of the paint off of here and going to go into my Lucky Lavender and kind of use that color pure because there's this area around the eyes that are just little circles. I hope you have a project you're working on with me. It'd be really cool if you had a Sugar Skull stencil. So I guess everybody's Cinco de Mayo last week wasn't too exciting. We did a Zoom call with our community group, so that's what we did. But no cocktails on my part, no margaritas. Okay, now I'm mixing a little bit of the gold, a little bit of the green, a little bit of the white. I'm just kind of making a different shade of green. Kind of a gray, but it's still green. Okay. I'm gonna go in all these little areas here that have these little diamond shapes. Okay. Here's another one. All right. I'm gonna go back to my red. I think I want a little red down here. Actually, maybe I'll do another little. Yeah, I'll do one more pop of red and then I'll get into some pink. That's a deeper red. I'm gonna mix it in with the white. And my fancy paper plate palette. Okay, so have some pink areas here. At least they are now. Make those areas kind of like the outside defining area of the face. Okay, now I think I want to get into some gold. Just kind of as pure as I can without washing out my brush. I'm just wiping it out. I really know how to go through the paper towels. Okay. I think you kind of get some cool colors in there when you don't clean out the brush. Okay, that's a little too much paint. I can see how thick it is, and I don't want that much because I just don't want to chance it running underneath that stencil. Okay, I'm going to do another mix here, and then I think we're about ready for the big reveal. I might put a little bit of color intensely in the middle of that, those eyes. I'm just kind of mixing together. Just kind of made a pink shade. I have a lot of pink in there. Maybe let's go back and do a little green. I really hope none of my colors ran. Hope it stayed nice and pure. Okay, I have one more area here that's diamonds, and I guess I'll go ahead and do a little more of this green. I think I want that in gold. So I did ask for subscribers this week because I was so close to 200, and that was a couple days ago, and now I'm at 209. So I'm really thrilled. Channel is moving right along. Oh, that's a cool color, a little greeny gold. Maybe I'll just kind of use that right in the middle of the eyes, and that's just kind of gonna blend in a little bit. Okay, and then I'm just going to take that color a little bit and just mix it into those petals. Just a little bit, because like sometimes you see green on a leaf or a petal. So I think that's all the messing that I'm going to do. So I think we're ready for the big reveal. Okay. I was really hoping that I didn't knock this over while I was painting tonight. So far I haven't. The night's not over. Okay, and I taped this too because I didn't want the stencil to move around. Are you ready? But I really hope this. Ta-da! I think it came out pretty good. I'm gonna flip this clipboard around and actually clip it in there now because it wasn't letting me do that before. So there you go, a little close up. I think it turned out pretty good. So with this canvas paper, there's different things you can do with it. This, of course, you can put it on a backing and you could frame it if you wanted to, or if you wanted to use this for something else, like almost like a decoupage on something, you could do that. You could apply it to something else. Oh, I see comments. My sister says hello. I don't have to write back. I can just tell you hello. Okay. So what do you think? You like? Okay, well, all right. I appreciate you coming in, and I did promise you that I was going to tell you who won the t-shirt contest. So, of all the people that commented and subscribed to the channel, because you had to do both, I had the winner. It lives here in Altoona. His name's George, and I'll be notifying him, and he can pick his style and color. So, short live tonight. It's 8:28, and I really appreciate it to see. It doesn't take long to stencil at all. And the big key takeaway things to remember is to use very little paint on your brush, because if you don't, it will run underneath the stencil and then you won't get a good crisp image. But I do like the way the color blended in there, because it's just, and I liked using the white on the background, because if I would have done that color right on the black, I don't think it would be as vibrant as it is. So thank you, Colleen. Okay, and the stencils, these are nice thick stencils. So this can be washed and reused many, many, many times. So this is a Dixie Belle Paint Company stencil, and of course I used all their paints tonight. So I appreciate you watching, and come back every Tuesday and we'll chat some more. And also, I'm glad I can finally see your chat. And also, on Saturday, we have our recorded step-by-step show, and this one is going to be really pretty. It's the second part of last week. So we have our secretary desk smelling like a rose. So now she's really getting a lot of embellishment. So I think we're going to call it the sexy secretary. So, all right. Thanks so much for watching, and congratulations, George. And see you all. See you, Colleen. Love you. Bye.